ESPN ranked all the cores in the NFL and based on their 5 best players and what's going on there, and they had the Lions ranked at 18. So this is what they had to say about the Detroit Lions core and why it was ranked so low. And they said, I'm surprised I ended up with the Detroit Lions this low, but Goff still comes with questions. Think of what we thought about him 12 months ago. Hutchinson's underlying numbers, including a 12% pass rush win rate, didn't match his sack production, 9.5, and Williams is unproven and will miss 6 games this season due to the suspension for violating the NFL's gambling policy. So the roster core that he has is Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Aiden Hutchinson, Penei Sewell, and Jameson Williams. Would you say that is the core for the Lions? Best 5 players, or most important 5 players on the team?
You'd have to put Jared Goff in there by default. Your quarterback's extremely important to your team, no matter what talent level you find him at. We saw the whole Tim Boyle situation go down here. So, yeah, Jared Goff's there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think, is both a leader and your best wide receiver until Jameson Williams proves otherwise. Mm-hmm. Aiden Hutchinson, yeah, I think he's going to be a leader and one of your best defensive linemen, too. I feel like, and maybe it's not fair to put them in there yet because they've yet to prove it in Honolulu Blue, but there's some members in that secondary. Like, I almost feel like Kirby might deserve to be in there as well. If you're picking out a 5, I just don't know who you're replacing. But I might honestly take out J-Mo.
I would take out J-Mo for sure.
Right, because Kirby's actually affected games.
Yes. Or Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, or Frank. That's fair. Yeah, I wonder, like, JB, did it go by just the best 5 players in every team, or like the most important players in every team?
I think it went by the most important players.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, all due respect to J-Mo, this team survived without him for majority of their 500 season last year. Yeah. So
over 500.
Yeah, I'd probably put Kirby in there, and I gotta assume CJ/GJ's gonna make an appearance at that point. I mean, I didn't see the rest of the teams he had ranked above the Detroit Lions, but
one of the teams he had ranked above the Detroit Lions and a few spots above the Detroit Lions was the Minnesota Vikings. And here's what he had to say about the Minnesota Vikings. He said their core was Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Daniil Hunter, Christian Darrisaw, and TJ Hawkinson. And he said, if you can't have an elite quarterback, the next best thing is an elite wide receiver. There's perhaps no better at the position than Jefferson. That's the primary reason the Vikings are in this spot. So just because Justin Jefferson, the Vikings are 5 spots higher than the Lions. And Daniil Hunter is holding out until he gets paid. So we'll see what happens there. But how do you feel about the Vikings being that much higher than the Lions?
Can I see that list one more time, Chris?
I got you.
And maybe I'm super biased in this situation, and you guys probably saw this one coming. This is Detroit Sports Network, but Kirk Cousins, again, quarterback in there by default. Justin Jefferson absolutely could be arguably the best wide receiver in the league. Daniil Hunter can suck a dick. I don't really like him. Christian Darrisaw can suck a dick. TJ Hawkinson was on this team. And guess what Brad Holmes said to him?
See ya.
Go suck a dick. Like, I get that Justin Jefferson is in the him category of NFL players. But does that drag you 5 more spots in the Detroit Lions, where I think you'd argue that Penei's for sure better than Darrisaw.
Yeah.
I think you'd argue that Hutchinson looks to be more promising than what Daniil Hunter is.
Eventually, yeah.
No disrespect what Daniil Hunter is, but yeah, I think that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, I do too. I think when you have TJ Hawkinson in your core 5, then it should push it down a little bit. Again, the Lions core 5, I don't think Jameson should be in there. No disrespect to J-Mo and all that, but like, I think Frank Ragnow, Kirby Joseph, Cam Sutton, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, one of those guys would be more apt to be in that core 5 or most important 5 players on the team than Jameson Williams in my eyes. And having them up so much higher is just because Justin Jefferson is him. I don't know about that. They're losing. They lost. Matt said it earlier on Ermanni Numbers, they lost 7 starters from their team last year. They lost important players like Dalvin Cook, like Eric Kendricks, like Zadarius Smith. Now Daniil Hunter is holding out if he doesn't get a new contract. So to have them that much higher than the Lions is kind of disrespectful to me. I think they were a fluke last year winning those games. They won, 11 one-score games? Like, that's just not going to happen again, no matter what. So I don't know. I think it's they're kind of overrating the Vikings here.
Yeah, and it has this whole exercise has to be based off of like previous production, because like on the come up again, the Detroit Lions not only have so many young pieces that have showed you something, but also CJ back there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more pieces on top of that than when added to free agency. So, and some young pieces that you could arguably put there too. Like Jahmyr Gibbs is what he's being hyped up to be. I'm talking about like Alvin Kamara. I'm guarantee you Alvin Kamara's on the list for the New Orleans Saints. Like Detroit Lions core is definitely amongst the best throughout the entire NFC North, if I'm being honest with you. And I know we have another topic later on the show, breaking down the roster of the Detroit Lions versus the Packers. I'm going to tell you right now, I got the Lions over them. Maybe outside of a couple of defensive groups, but again, based off of like what needs to be proven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Who was above the Lions directly, JB? Do you remember? Like at 17, stuff like that?
Give me 1 second. I can grab
I
it for you.
apologize. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Because I'm not necessarily mad at 18.
I'm not paying for no articles.
Yeah, I'm not. I used to. Can't afford that no more.
Not for it was $3.99
$3.99
for that article.
Just to buy an article?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
I thought if it was like $1, I would have done it, but it said $3.99.
I mean, if you get the subscription for like what, $10, $9?
Yeah.
You get all of it, but
All right,
do
so
respect ESPN. I'd rather pay for the Athletic at this point.
you ready for this? Above the Lions at 17 are the Las Vegas Raiders.
Who do they have listed as their core?
They have Jimmy Garoppolo, Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, Colton Miller, and Josh Jacobs.
I
You know
mean,
what? That's fair.
yeah, I don't hate that.
That's fair.
Josh Jacobs is elite. Devontae Adams is elite. Max Crosby is elite. Like,
Yeah,
I don't really hate that one.
that's fair. All right, who's above them?
The New Orleans Saints at 16.
Okay. Who?
Marshawn Lattimore, Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara.
Actually, he's not on this list. Huh.
Alvin Kamara's not on the list?
He is not. It is Derek Carr, Chris Olave, offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say his name. Marshawn Lattimore and Demario Davis.
Okay.
All right. Like, I'm not putting that over the Lions and or the Raiders. Come on.
I can see why it would be.
Olave, Lattimore.
Lattimore is one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Demario Davis is one of the best linebackers in the league.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, you could argue, is better than Jared Goff and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. I feel that. They want to return our Jay Bussey. Are you down for that?
What?
That's the poll in the Woodward Sports Chat.
Oh, God.
100 likes for the return of Jay Bussey.
Who's next?
Who's next?
All right, so at 15, you got the New York Giants. Their core is Daniel Jones, Dexter Lawrence, Andrew Thomas, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Darren Waller.
I'm not mad at that, actually.
See, that one I'm more mad at than the other two.
I just want to have them. See, okay, I'm talking about based off, like, proven commodities, right?
Yeah.
That core, as good as it sounds, still a lot to prove in there.
Yeah.
A lot. Andrew Thomas, fairly young. Obviously, Kayvon, fairly young. Waller's done his thing. Daniel Jones, I mean, one good season. Although I have faith in Daniel Jones to return to what he was, but talking about what he was like last year.
Yeah, I was about to say, return what it was. I think he sucks.
I thought that was Leach for a minute. I was like, what the fudge? Same Italian though. Can't be too mad at that one.
Who's next?
Who wrote this? Who wrote this piece, JB?
Let's see.
Because I don't know if I put that last one over the Lions. The Giants?
I wouldn't put the Giants over the Lions.
Andrew Thomas, Penny Sewell's promising, more promising than Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Seth Walder.
Seth Walder. See, I'd rather pay for the Athletic. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I mean, some people in the Athletic I obviously didn't know until like later on, but they're like researched. Like that one guy.
The Athletic knows their shit for sure.
Yeah, my man who broke down like Ben Johnson's offense.
Yeah.
I was enamored with that article. I was like, damn, this is
Good
some
shit.
good shit. Yeah, I was like learning in that thing.
Who's after the Giants?
The Seattle Seahawks at 14.
Okay, they might have it.
All right. Yeah. Who do they count as their core?
Smith. Hold on, let me guess real quick.
Oh, yeah, go
DK.
ahead.
All right, Smith.
That's one.
DK Metcalf.
That's two.
Tariq Woolen.
That's three.
Okay. Thanks for taking all mine. Kenneth Walker.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker.
Nope.
He balled for them last year. The disrespect.
Quandre Diggs.
Nope.
Oh, the Cross.
Yep. Charles Cross.
Charles Cross. And
One more.
Huh?
Devon Witherspoon.
Nope.
No rookies, right?
No rookies.
Who is it?
Tyler Lockett.
Ty Lockett.
Huh. So, I guess we have 2 receivers in ours.
Yeah.
DK and Tyler Lockett over? Yeah.
I think Quandre Diggs should be in there.
I mean, there's a lot of people that should be in a lot of these situations.
Yeah. I don't know what he's basing it off of. I have no idea what he's basing it off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, see?
I'm not necessarily pissed off the Detroit Lions being 18, but the Giants being 15 is kind of weird.
And the Vikings being 13.
Yeah, and the Vikings being 13 actually is kind of weird too. A lot of people are high on Dershot. I'm not one of them. I'm really not.
Yeah.
I mean, by the numbers,
Yeah.
he hasn't been what Penei Sewell's been. So, like, if Justin Jefferson's dragging him like that far,
That much higher.
yeah, like,
When he's the only one that you can actually look at and be like, yeah, he's better than
yeah.
everybody on the Lions
But at the
list.
same point, like, who is that guy that's dragging the Giants that much higher? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe they just don't believe in this guy, not them, but this guy maybe doesn't believe in Detroit Lions young core like we do, or seemingly a lot of national media and all of media does. There's not too many people like saying the Lions aren't going to do what they're going to do outside of Adam Rank, who's completely biased
That's fair.
and a bit of a bitch. Hey, Adam Rank, not my Adam. My Adam's a nice guy.